Hello, B Squad. Welcome back to another episode of VGIRL TV. Welcome back, guys. Welcome back to my canal de YouTube, and I am back with another video. Today is actually Friday, so you know what day it is. It's Fun Facts Friday, and today we're going to discuss all about the African influence dance that is here in Panama called Congo. If you ever been to Panama, you know that Panama has different folklore dances, and one of my favorite folklore dances is Congo. Congo is a dance that came to Panama by the African slaves in the 1600s. More specifically, they were brought by Bayano and the Cimarrones. Congo was a way for the slaves to express themselves, whether they were happy, whether they were sad, whether they were angry. It was literally a way that they expressed themselves in the form of dancing. There was a lot of hip motion, a lot of tambores. They played the tambores, and it was a very spiritual dance, right? If you are familiar with African spirituality, the influence of African spirituality is heavily influenced in the dance of Congo. In the dance of Congo, the women wear something that is like a pollera, and it's patchwork. So back in the day, the slaves would gather material from wherever they could, and they would create this beautiful adorned dress, and it was a skirt with a matching top, and they would adorn themselves with flowers in their hair, and they would adorn themselves with beads, and the queen of the Congo would be dressed in full white, and they would dance with the devil. The devil is what would symbolize the colonizer, in this case the Spaniards. That is what the devil represented in the dance of Congo. And the whip that they carried was a symbolic of the whip that the colonizer would use to control the slaves. So one of the things that's most notably important when you are in Congo dancing is the devil, the oldest devil, which we call him El Diablo Principal or El Mayor. And that basically translates to the oldest devil, and he is super important in this whole thing because he is supposed to be the most powerful one out of all the devils that's there. He's the most powerful. He's the one that has the most strength. He is basically the one that calls the shots. He's also noted as the oldest person that is recognized in the Palenque or in the Congo. So something to note about the principal or the oldest devil is that he has a specific dance called the Diablo Tum Tum. It goes El Diablo Tum Tum.
Anoche soñé con un hombre de diente de oro y me quiso llevar. Anoche soñé con un hombre de diente de oro y me quiso llevar. Pero allá donde viene por los callejones, me tocó la puerta, búsqueme la sal.
And basically that dance is dance with the queen and the king of the Congo.
Búsqueme la soga, vamos a amarrarlo.
So the purpose of this dance is that the queen and the king is supposed to protect the rest of the Congos from the devil. So in the song, the lady says that she had a dream of a man that had gold teeth, and he came to take her away. And so basically, that is basically talking about the slaves being captured by the colonizer, and once they're in their palenque or when they're in their space, and the queen and the king of the Congo basically had to protect them. Now in the game that they play or in the dance, basically if the devil got the slaves that they were supposed to be protecting, then everything shuts down, no more parties, no more nothing. So that's basically what that dance is literally about. So how are the devils chosen? So according to what I know, the devils are chosen by each community. So each community chooses a devil to represent their palenque, and that is how the devil is chosen. And usually they play during carnival time, because they say that around carnival time is when the devil runs rampant. And I kind of believe that too, because whenever it's carnival, it's always some craziness that's going on. So yeah, so I strongly believe that. One of the things that I always enjoyed watching is how they make these devil masks, and they make it out of mud and newspaper. I mean, that's how they did it back in the day. I don't know if now, you know, since things are advanced, if they still do it the same. And then they make these beautiful elaborate masks, and they are adorned with mirrors and bells and rhinestones and everything that you could think of. Congo is actually derived from the province of Colón. Costa Arriba y Costa Abajo translates to the higher coast and the lower coast. That is basically what it translates to. That's basically the coastline of the Colón. If you ever are on your way to the beach, you would see that there are people that stop you and they dance Congo, and that's because those people that live around the coastline, as I told you before in another video, are just direct descendants of African people. Each dance that the Congos do tells a story. So as the woman would wear these patchwork dresses, the men would wear literally patchwork pants. They would paint their faces black. They would also wear patch pants, and literally any piece of cloth or leftover cloth or material, that's what they would wear. This dance is danced barefoot, so when you dance the Congo, you do not wear any shoes. This is actually my favorite dance, because when I was younger, I was in a group of I was in a flowcore group in Brooklyn, New York, and that's what we would dance. We would dance Congo, and we would dance Típico, and I would love to always be the queen of the Congo. The way that you move your hips, when you hear the music and the way the tambor, the beat of the tambor, you just feel so free. I'm getting like goosebumps right now just even thinking about it right now. For me personally, whenever I dance Congo, I just feel so free. I don't even feel like it's me. And if you know anything about African spirituality, one of the ways that they call on the spirits is through the tambor. So it could literally be the reason. I'm not getting goosebumps, guys. I don't know if you can see my goosebumps. Even just talking about it, I'm getting goosebumps. But literally, like when I'm dancing, my spirit just feels free. I feel like another person. I feel like something takes over me, and the rhythm and the way my body moves. It's literally, you can actually tell that this is a spiritual dance, and it comes from a spiritual standpoint. And one of the ways that the Cimarrones was able to gather their freedom is through African spirituality, whether or not people want to admit it or not, or they want to hide behind Catholicism. This, in fact, is basically what they did. One of the things that they do in Colón is that they have something called El Festival de los Diablos and Congos, and it's basically a festival showcasing the devils and the Congos. And like I said before, the diablos are supposed to symbolize the colonizers, which are the Spaniards, and the Congos symbolizes the slaves. And you would see people dressed up and dancing, you know, the traditional dance of Congo, and you would see that they have something called, they are jugando diablo, playing devil, and the devil will come with the bells, and you would hear, and I remember as a kid I used to be panic, okay, you would hear them with the bells, shh, 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 shh. And once you hear those devil bells, I would be out, okay. And what the kids would do is that they would provoke the devil, and the devil will go ahead and slap them or try to hit them, and they would jump over, and that is called jugando diablo. When the person inside is playing devil, that Wednesday they go to the church and they get baptized, and the reason being is that it's supposed to take out the bad spirits out of them, because when they're playing the devil, they believe that the spirit of the devil actually goes inside of the person that's playing the devil. So they have to go to church and they have to get baptized to get the bad spirits out of them. So one of the Congo songs is called Ola de la Mar. And I'm gonna play a little bit for you because I don't want to get copyright. But basically, I'm gonna play a little snippet and I'm gonna explain to you what and why this song is important. Okay, so basically the song is saying hello, hello, hello from the shore. My saints are burning because of lack of water. So my interpretation is, if you don't know or if you know anything about African spirituality, the African would pray to goddess and goddesses. And when they were brought to the New World, they were not allowed to praise or worship their gods and goddesses or their saints. And so they were introduced to Catholicism. And in Catholicism, they were different saints. And so what they did was they used each saint to represent one of their goddesses, so that the slave master wouldn't know that they were really and truly worshiping their own gods. When they were brought to the New World, their saints were burnt, their religion was burnt, and so that's basically what this song is basically addressing, that it's literally like burning away whatever they knew religious wise. And their foot is burning. Their foot is burning. When your foot is burning, it's like hot. It's like hot, right? And the mud, the water is so important in the spirituality. Water in all spirituality, water plays a major and important role. When you get baptized, what do? They put you in water. When the baby gets christened, what do? They put water on them. When certain saints in African spirituality, more specifically Oshun, she is symbolized in rivers, right? Yemaya is symbolized in the ocean, the mar. So when you look at these things, you see how important and how these songs, if you pay attention to the songs, they're literally telling you a story. They're telling you a story of suffering. They're telling you a story of religion. They're telling you a story of spirituality. They're telling you a story of who they are. They're telling you a story of what they went through and what they had to endure. A lot of us just go to these festivals and we just listen to it like, oh, wow, that's so pretty, without really thinking about the history behind it and why it's so important. Congo is literally, it's in us, it's in our blood. This is who we are as people. So Panama's not the only place that do Congo, and Cuba, they have their own version of Congo. Brazil has their own version of Congo, and it's usually the people who practice these dances and do these dances are descendants of African people. So what they believe is, at the end of it all, the Congos, which were the enslaved people, were saved by the queen of the Congo and the pajarito, which there's always someone else that's representing the pajarito that they're dancing. And at the end, they were saved from slavery. I hope that you guys found this little video interesting. I hope that whenever you guys have a chance, you would take a time out to go to the Festival de Diablos in Congo, in Colón. It's actually beautiful. They didn't have one in the last couple of years because of the pandemic, but hopefully they will have one coming up, because I'm gonna be the first one there, okay? Anyway, guys, if you like this video, please make sure you give it a thumbs up. Make sure you like and subscribe, and I hope you guys are enjoying Fun Facts Friday. And as usual, peace and love, guys.